Good afternoon. This is Lone Wolf 2, Truth to Power. Hello fellow Americans, and of course all Native Americans, and to the internet population. My name is Gregory Aaron Default, and this is my commencement speech for the School of Hard Knocks University, 2014, July. I highly encourage you to dig deep within yourselves and find what you like to do and want to do. And as long as you know it was the best you can do with what you had to work with, it will always show. Dream and or fantasize big what you want to be and make it happen and show us how you do it. Everyone should know now that God is an acronym for God over Devil, and my initials are GAD, which is an acronym for God and Devil. I trust you learn to think outside the box and even push the envelope using peaceful and nonviolent attempts to get what you want. Here is a small example of what I mean, so I wrote a limerick. I call it Surrender. It goes like this. To the President of the United States, leader of the free world, you didn't go bold enough when you were told to go for the gold. You couldn't because you sold out and left most in the cold. Sir, you should fold before I really scold. So stop the nonsense and let me mold a new America, or it will turn into a psychological submission hold. If and or when I were your next president, I would legalize marijuana. And I would add 2 more stars to the flag without a single shot ever being fired. Moreover, since there are more red stripes than white ones on the flag, than there ever were white ones, you should listen closely to the natives. I'm still wondering why the flag isn't at half-mast, because it's a real sad day when you negotiate with the enemy over a prisoner swap of 5-1 no less. By that logic, I would surrender George the Weasel Bush Jr., Dick Cheney, Karl Rove, and Donald Rumsfeld, and 1 more person for a ceasefire on the war on terrorism as a peace offering. Since we are all sinners and have pledged allegiance to the flag, I want justice for all, like it says, and I freaking demand it. Since one of my primary goals is to change the Constitution of the United States to say we the people and Native Americans of the United States of America in order to form a more perfect union, so on, so on. One of my favorite presidents of all time is Ford, just because he was elected, and coincidentally in my lifetime. President Obama, Lincoln may have freed the slaves in the South, but he was killing the indigenous people in the West. Sir, you might as well have sworn on Hitler's Bible instead of Lincoln's. It's only genocide. On a personal note from Indian country, blood is thicker than the water you came across on, whether by hook or crook. I can't vote or own a gun. I have felonies and misdemeanors, and I'm bipolar. I'm not proud or ashamed of my past. It helped make me who I am, a lover and fighter. I like both. But deep down, I'm a topiary artist and dad. I'm 46 years old and a 25-year homeowner in St. Petersburg, Florida. I like Harleys, women, rock and roll, and marijuana, and topiary for starters. This is what brings me here today, is to let you know that I have discovered the basic building blocks for the green economy that would put the country back to full employment and be the multiplier effect needed to create a simply magnificent economy built from poverty, not the middle class or the top down. To the American people, I can wait you out like the Iranians waited out Jimmy Carter with the 52 hostages. The difference this time is the economy that is the hostage, and the president is Obama. If I don't get what I want, you don't get what you need. That's my leverage. After all, it is still a capitalistic society. Mr. President Obama, you are a lame duck, and I believe you to be in over your head, mainly because your government is broke and seriously in debt. I have been doing videos like this for approximately 10 years, One of them was even titled Revote. It was made after your 2008 election. By your own admission, you have said the game is rigged. I know you gave it your best shot, and now your failed administration is complete. Your debt, 17 trillion now, or over 20 trillion by January 20th, 2017. President Obama, your legacy will be the Affordable Care Act, or Obamacare. Your government can't manage the Veterans Administration. How the hell are you going to cover the rest of the population with no money and borrowing 40-something cents on the dollar? This recession may have been the worst since the Great Depression, but I believe it will double dip and be even worse than 1929 before you leave office. It has been determined that the federal government is a spending addict and warmonger. And President Obama, you must be crazier than me to think that I would ever let you spend a dime of my Indian money or new money. Luckily, it's not a crime to be an entrepreneur in waiting for 16 years. Mr. President and the American people, if Republicans are heads and Democrats are tails, the Native Americans are on the sides of the same coin. And that makes you surrounded. I can't go back in history and get justice for genocide, but I can in present day as your next commander-in-chief. I'm too stupid to quit is my motto. President Obama, you should change your speechwriter, because change, hope, forward are vague concepts with no real details, so it's useless. You must lead by example, and I have done just that. This is what transparency looks like, people, and all you need to do is listen. The choice is yours to do what is right. You have until July 22nd, 2014 to decide. So I hope you send the president a postcard to start packing. You're fired. The people have spoken. No pressure. If you deny me, I'll deny you. My conscience is clear. A Generation Xer. In closing, Mr. President, you have bailed out everyone you needed to, and now I must bail you out to stop the generational theft. My suggestion to you is to come to Utopia Land, my home in St. Petersburg, Florida, for a peace conference. I want to smoke my version of a peace pipe with you. Thank you for your time, and watch or rewatch my Lone Wolf video to see Utopia Land. And remember, you can't buy me, but you can buy my art. Have a great day. The Conductor.